Guys, welcome back to another portfolio update. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope everyone is doing well. I know most of you are probably having a very red day in the market today, but that's okay. We will go through it together. So please smash the like for the algorithm. That's the main thing you guys could do to help me out, and let's get into it. Today's portfolio, we're down 4%, negative 11,600. For today's big movers, we got Amazon down 9%, Tesla down 4%, Microsoft 2%, Enphase 4%, Palantir down 5%, Shopify down 6%, Meta down 2%, CrowdStrike another 3%, Riot down 6%. And that's all. Cash is now sitting at $537 right here. So let's check out my moves for today. So first thing I did was sell 425 shares of Intel that I bought yesterday. So I took a screenshot. I took a 8.8% loss for $881. The reason why I decided to go ahead and let go of these shares is because if this would have been a situation where it was only Intel was down and everything else was up, I would have held on to it. But this is a situation now where companies that I have true conviction in and that are real pillars of the portfolio are now getting to attractive buy points. So I need to go ahead and allocate those funds to companies and narratives that I truly have conviction in. Intel was just meant to be a swing trade, and so sometimes you just got to, as TJ says, take your ball and go home when it comes to these type of things. One of my favorite sayings is the first loss is the best loss, meaning cut your losers early. And luckily I bought pretty much at the exact bottom of yesterday, but it still fell down another 8.8% today. Do I think it will recover? Yeah, I think it will, maybe in the next month or 2 or 3, but I see much more alpha in some other plays, so I decided to not even think about it. Just go ahead and get out of that trade. So next thing I did was I put those funds into 300 shares of Riot so I bought $2,572 worth of Riot. You guys know where I'm going with this one, and that is, if you didn't use the 530 strategy today, you probably bought way too high. So by the way, if anyone knows how to get this purple line off the screen, send me a DM or put it in the comments, please. That's basically where I own the shares at, but it's kind of distracting. But anyway, if you've been watching my videos for any good period of time, you know this strategy. By the way, put it in the comments if maybe you haven't used this strategy yet, but if you at least have it set up on the chart and it's something that you've looked at or are considering possibly using, because I'm trying to show you guys how effective this can be for letting stocks bleed out before you buy them. Let them make their move for the entire day before you make a move, because these stocks are not your friends and they don't owe you anything. So make the stock prove that it deserves your money. All right, so if you're new, basically you need to get on a 5-minute chart, add a 30-day exponential moving average, which is this green line, and unless you get 2 closing green candles above that green line, meaning these are 5-minute candles, so for 10 minutes the price action needs to stay above that green line, and not only pop up above it, it needs to get a close. So if we look at the very top here, these are closes above it. This green candle right here, that would be considered a close. If it just wicks up and then wicks back down, that's not a close. So keep that in mind when you are using this strategy. But this pretty much allows you to buy at the very bottom of the day and not get faked out right here, where it started trending upwards. I'm pretty sure some people bought right there. But this allows you to make sure you're following that trend for that particular day and not getting faked out by a few short minutes of price reversal. So add that to your arsenal. I promise you it will greatly help your trading, specifically entry and exit points. Next thing I did was right at the very close, like literally the last minute of the day, I went ahead and closed the Tesla 220 calls, paid $2 back. The reason why I didn't just let these expire is because even if it's way out of the money, like I believe Tesla's in the low 200s now, so 220 is obviously way out of the money. Things can happen in the after hours. Like let's say Tesla has some type of bullish news and the stock goes up after hours, the opposite party can still execute their portion of the contract of that covered call and still call your shares away in the after hours. Not the whole aftermarket, but I believe till like 4:30 or maybe even 5. So if Tesla went past your 220 call in the after hours because of some bullish news, they can still call your shares away, and that would be probably the worst thing that could ever happen, because you did what you're supposed to do, you won the trade and still lost your shares. So I paid $2.02 back and went ahead and closed that option. I'll have to look at the spreadsheet because that was rolled, so I'm not sure exactly how much I made, but I believe it was about $800. I think it was $600 on the initial call, which was at 215, and then when I rolled it, I think I picked up an extra 200. So 600 plus 200, I believe that was about an $800 trade there. So that was all for the stock account. As far as the options, in the near term, let's see, we got the 45 Celsius calls that are now down 133%, but they're still right there close to the money, so I'm not doing anything until we get those earnings. Enphase has now come back to us, so I got the 105 calls and the price is right there at the money, 105. So we'll see what happens between now and August 16th. That one has come way back down, guys. I've been rolling that one for months and months and months, so it's nice to see that come back down. Palantir, now we are up nicely on the $30 calls, up 76%, $404, and we even have a chance now that Palantir is at my $24 call, even have a chance to get out of that one as well in the profit, because that's for August 16th. So I anticipate probably Palantir will be above 24 by then, but it will at least allow me to roll up probably from 24 to 25 for a net credit, which would be nice. And then we got the September 20th 18 calls, which are still in the red. Riot, not selling any covered calls. That's just a Bitcoin proxy play for me. I think it will outperform Bitcoin. Shopify has earnings next week, so not selling any calls on those. And then still have the $6 SoFi puts for the 23rd. I'm not doing anything with those. And now the 205 puts are kind of in danger for Tesla. That's been one that's been rolled for a long time as well, so I'm anxious to go ahead and get out of that one. Tesla's sitting currently at 207, so nothing to manage with that one. The little Robinhood portfolio, obviously the spreads were way down today, but I know what I got myself into when it comes to these. I like that they are limited risk, so I can only lose so much money. The Meta one, Meta 470, 465, put credit spread still up 31%. And then the Amazon 175, 170, put credit spread is now down 100%, but still near the money. My break even is 173 and Amazon is 167. And I have until the 23rd for those to come back to me. And then the SoFi calls are back down in the negative. Stocks on my radar for next week, obviously Intel, maybe just do some cash secured puts with that one. Celsius, I'll have to look when they have earnings, but definitely probably some cash secured, actually maybe some put credit spreads to limit risk. Riot, let's see. And then we got CrowdStrike. If I had like a lot of extra cash, I would just be adding shares at this point, but I don't. And then BITX is obviously going to be my main Bitcoin strategy. So I'm hoping, it looks like Bitcoin is currently selling off. So it might be a chance to get into that maybe in the after hours, but possibly next week as well. Yeah, you can see right now Bitcoin is actively selling off right now below 61. So turns out I've been able to time Bitcoin really, really well, because I sold it at 68,000 twice now. I sold it at 68,000 or maybe 67,000. You guys can look at my video it's the one with the American flag in the background. And then I sold it again at 68,000 like 2 or 3 days ago, and have not deployed. Some of it I'm still down on because I took some of that cash and deployed it into altcoins, so I'm down even more than I would have been just holding the Bitcoin on that particular round of buying. However, about half of that cash is still in cash, so I avoided all of that Bitcoin downtrend from 68 all the way down now till 61. So that was definitely a good move. Definitely Solana's looking attractive again. It's probably like the easiest double in the next 12 months is just Solana. I think it's going to way more than double, but it's just the easiest double. So we will see. I wouldn't be buying it until I'll have to look at the chart, but let's see. 120 would be like a really, really great level. If it comes down to these 120s, or this is 130, but if it comes down to the 120s, I'm definitely going to be adding a crap ton of Solana. Altcoin portfolio is just as red as it can be today, but this is what you get with altcoins. You know, Bitcoin down a few percentages, and you get these are all going to be down 10%, 11%, 9%, 9%. But you better believe when Bitcoin starts rallying, and it will, these are going to fly. And so we'll see. I know a lot of these coins are sitting at major support. So over the weekend, I'm definitely going to be looking to add probably. Render sitting under $5 is a steal in my opinion, and then Ondo and Aerodrome as well. So those are going to be my biggest plays. So let's see. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Try to just chill out and enjoy the weekend. Don't stress too much about the market. Everything's going to be fine. If you guys have any comments or questions, you can either DM me on Instagram or just drop them down below, and I will definitely get to all the comments. And as always, take care and God bless.